Today's topic is blocking, the first line of defense against the attack, which we discussed in the previous 3 episodes. Blocking is often the least popular skill because it can be painful, and successful blocks during matches are relatively rare. For instance, if a team manages 3 successful blocks in one set, it's considered a success. Like any volleyball skill, effective blocking requires anticipation and focus on what's coming next, which is reflected in the player's body position and footwork.
In episodes 13 and 14, we learned that the arms during a block should rise forward in front of the body, not upward over the head. The correct arm angle must be set during the jump, before the hands reach above the net. The hands should penetrate the net already angled downward to direct the ball back to the opponent's court after a spike. We see this demonstrated by Italian outside hitter Lavia. We're reminded of the early training stages, when we taught young players to fix the correct arm angle using a hoop. Conversely, if a player raises their arms upward instead of forward, the chances of a successful block decrease significantly, as we see here in a match of 15-year-olds. On the other hand, when the angle is correct, the body forms a shape resembling a hook, as shown by Polish player Leon. Fortunately, we've been working on these fundamentals since early childhood training. Another crucial aspect of blocking technique is the arm swing back before the jump. The player uses an arm swing to help propel their jump. It's essential that the arms remain bent during this movement. As the player rotates toward the net, the hands should immediately move in front of the body to form the correct blocking angle.
Many players under time pressure perform the swing back with straight arms, which can maximize their jump height but creates a problem. The hands follow an arched path over the head, resulting in upward arm positioning instead of forward penetration. This creates a gap between the hands and the net, reducing the chance of a successful block. Therefore, it's important to establish the correct movement pattern early, so it becomes automatic in various game situations. Once the hands penetrate above the net, block strength becomes a decisive factor. The hands must be ready to withstand the impact of the opponent's spike, and the body must remain stable throughout the action. Successful blocking requires firmness in the torso, arms, and especially the palms. If this rigidity is missing, the result will likely be a tooled block or a broken block, as demonstrated in both youth volleyball and elite volleyball matches. For this reason, during initial training, we dedicated a lot of time to building block solidity. We started with overballs to help young players overcome their fear of the ball. As they progressed, we gradually introduced regulation volleyballs and increased the difficulty level of the drills.
Blocking isn't just about handwork, footwork is equally important. Proper blocking footwork ensures that players can position themselves correctly and quickly to form an effective block. For middle players, the lateral movement must begin with a split step, which we've already covered in our episode about serve reception. Sometimes, during a match, there's enough time for two players to slowly move together and form a double block. Other times, there's less time, and one player has to join the other at the last moment. In such cases, both players may move using side steps, as seen here. In other situations, the middle blocker may move using a crossover step, while the outside blocker uses a side step.
Especially in men's volleyball, we often see the so-called synchronization, where both players move using crossover steps in perfect rhythm, almost like dancing. Thanks to our early training, we've ensured that young players master the correct footwork patterns, starting with basic steps and progressing to full blocking movements with handwork at the net. Of course, in matches we can also see various non-standard movements caused by the speed of the game, such as in this example of a one-footed jump to block, but we'll cover that in the next episode. Before every match on the world stage, such as the Paris Olympics, players meticulously prepare for their blocking responsibilities. They routinely practice blocking footwork and net penetration, even without a ball. This underscores the importance of attention to detail in blocking and how critical it is to focus on every aspect of the skill.
In today's episode, we highlighted several key points about blocking technique. The importance of the correct arm angle when reaching over the net. The bent arm swing back technique before jumping to block. The need for body, arm, and hand stability to withstand the force of spikes. The significance of footwork, starting with the split step and using appropriate lateral movements to get into position.
What's coming next? We'll take a closer look at blocking strategies based on different situations, whether a player is blocking alone in a single block, cooperating with another player in a double block, or forming a triple block. We'll focus on how to time the jump for maximum blocking effectiveness and explain the concept of help defense, which allows blockers to read the game better and react more effectively to the opponent's attack. We'll also address common blocking mistakes, such as insufficient block stability, which reduces the block's effectiveness, or situations where the block is tooled by the attacker. Look forward to more practical tips to improve your blocking technique and strategy.